Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Dainty Impressions. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification button so you know when I go live or upload another video. Well, tonight I have a special guest with me, everyone, and it's my dad. Yay! Well, and we decided tonight we're gonna do a father and daughter talk. Just talk about everyday things, what's going on in life, just from his perspective and mine. And I'll let him take over from here.
Money, is so good to be here with you and to just share life issues together and chop it up and just see if we can also help somebody.
Right.
As we deal with issues, as we discuss things, perhaps there's someone that's listening or watching that can benefit from it as well. So
Right.
I'm glad to be here with you.
Well, I'm glad you.
Let me just say, by the way, dear, you're looking gorgeous tonight.
Oh,
As
thank you.
always.
Thank you, Daddy.
You're welcome.
And you look handsome yourself.
Well, thank you, my
I
dear.
like this shirt.
Not bad.
And it matched my.
It does. I mean, hey, we're doing all right, aren't we?
We coming on
We're
it.
moving up every day. Every day gets
Right.
better and better. And you put the work in, you'll see the progress, and
That's
you'll
so true.
reap the benefits. Right?
Right.
Like it.
Okay.
Let's talk.
Let's
Come
get
on.
into it.
Let's go. What's on your heart? What's on your mind? I mean, this is your moment. So all I want to do is add to it. So
Okay.
you let me know. How can we bring a topic to the forefront today? And like I say, it may be something that we're dealing with, or it may be
Right.
something that we just know that's a problem in society, or that's a concern among those that are your followers. And we wanna be a blessing tonight, right?
Right.
Right.
We do. Well, I know it. I know somebody out there is always it's a relationship somewhere. So you can never have too much relationship advice, even if it's with yourself, someone else, your
True,
kids,
true.
your family. So I would just start there because I'm still a work in progress, trying to figure it all out every day. But if I can help someone and help myself while helping
Right.
someone, I'm always for that.
Well, Money, as we know, the people that we associate with, the people that we hang out with, those are the people that get our ear. And relationships begin, in most cases, casual conversation, just kind of hanging out, doing different things. But I know a wise person once told me, the person that gets your ear will get your heart. And so when we talk about relationships, a lot of times we don't even realize what's happening at the beginning of it. But when you start noticing yourself spending a lot of time talking to certain people, tweeting, texting, all that stuff,
Right.
they're impacting your life and they're influencing you. And so the thing about it, if it's on the positive note, that's good. But if people are contaminating your mental space, your environment with negativity, eventually that's going to rub off on you. And if it goes on for too long, you don't even see the problem with it because you start looking for that,
And
You start looking
accepting
for
it.
and accepting it. And we have to be careful because sometimes what will happen is we will lose focus on who we're supposed to be ourselves.
Right.
You've got to spend that quiet time. You got to spend that time in self-evaluation so that the opinions of other people don't begin to shape your world.
Right. I agree, especially when you said the part about not losing yourself
Mm-hmm.
and being, because I know the relationships that I have been in, especially that last one, I really did lost myself. Like I didn't have that spunk about life I felt like I was just trying to be something that person wanted me to be. And when I did want to be myself, and if that person wasn't agreeing with it, I kind of like, I hid it.
Yeah.
But now I feel free. I feel like I can do things that make me happy. And I feel like I'm a better person. It feels good not to just wake up and have to think about one person, because I feel like I was just putting too much into that person. And a lot of times when you're in a relationship, you can let that person be like your main focus.
That's true. Well, the thing about it is we have to make sure that we're not so dependent on another person giving us our self-worth. So
That's true.
now, that's not always that other person's fault, because we give that to them. So here's the thing about it. If we know who we are and what we're trying to become before we start giving other people power over us, we can navigate through these relationships early on, so that we'll know, is this somebody that I really can connect with? Is this someone that I can really depend on to be there, the ride and die, or ride or die, or however y'all put it. You know, but if we don't know, or if we haven't taken the time to map out a course for our own life, you know, you can have anybody come in trying to write your script per se. You know, it's been said that, you know, you're the author of your own book. Don't give someone else the pen. See? And what that's basically saying is, like, when you're writing a book, you have these inner thoughts. You have these things that you want to put out, that you want to share in that book. But if you give someone else the pen to write your book, they're writing stuff in there that they want to say and have.
Right.
But you got to make sure that you have a healthy enough relationship where this individual can accept the fact that this is who I am, this is what I bring to the table. And early on, if you can't deal with that, you know, maybe we just need to be friends. We don't need to go forward with this thing, right? But you got to catch that.
I mean, that's the right
early.
way. That's the right way to look at it, Daddy. But to be honest, by that time, your feelings already involved.
True. Okay.
It's like it's already too late.
Good point.
He bay at that point.
Good point. So then let's deal with that. Deal with that. You're right. So here's what we all, myself included, we normally we're attracted to people based on what they look like, maybe what they're driving, what kind of money they seem like they have,
What
you
they
know,
can do for us.
and what they can do for us. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. Early on, even myself, I moved quick in relationships because I was the type of person that I always wanted to be the knight in shining armor. I'm gonna rescue this person, you know, from their situation. They can do better with me, kind of a thing. Okay. And I don't regret any of that, but one of the things that I kind of eliminated as being so important was, you need to check these boxes. Let's look at this. You need to check these boxes. If I get involved with this individual, what can we build together? Very important.
So
and when
what
I say
we build together?
Yeah, what can we build together? So here's the deal. If if you have a great career, you basically independent on your own, and this goes both ways, male and female, you know, and then this other individual, they have nothing that they're bringing to the table.
Right.
They may have, so what they bring to the table, you've got the education per se, you've got the career, you've got the finances in order, okay? I ain't said nothing about what they look like or whatever. But you've got these things intact, because truth of the matter is, no matter how good the sex is, no matter how good the person looks, or how good they can talk, or how wonderful y'all look together, when you get into a serious relationship, a marriage per se, and then things are not developing, the money is not coming in. There's things that break down. God for
Problems.
God knows if children come into play. Here's another dynamic that we have to deal with. And if you've gone into this, just based on looks and the joy, the joy that comes, the fun, but you guys have not mapped out a budget. You have not mapped out what are we looking for in our short-term plan? What are we looking for in our long-term plan? And then that person that you're involved with is saying, they're adding to that. It's not just you saying this is the vision, this is what we need to do, and this is how we do. But this thing will become a partnership, And so the thing about it, one thing that I know, if you're pulling in opposite directions, or if the vision is not clear and both parties buy into the vision, there's going to be problems. There's going to be problems because once the honeymoon is over, once the thrill is gone, what do we have left here?
Right.
And then you start realizing we don't have nothing. And this
we
person
wasn't even compatible.
Yeah. But I didn't see that at first.
Right.
But you have to check these boxes
You do.
before you start giving your heart. Before the emotions kick in.
So how you slow it down? Because you can, hey, let's just keep it cool. Let's talk on the phone. But eventually you're going to want to see that person. And how do you keep your heart from falling so deep to focus on the boxes? Because after I'm in love, it's the boxes just automatically didn't check themselves. But now, I'm focusing more on that because I done failed.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm just being real. When do you think about that? How do you slow it down? Because that's my problem. I be ready to go full throttle.
Well, how do you stop? How do you slow your car down? You start pressing the brakes. So, we're having this conversation now, and maybe people that are watching, we all at times you need to pump the brakes. You need to see here's what I believe and again, these are cliches that I've heard. When people show you who they are, believe them. So you start recognizing, I've noticed this person, they talk about the past all the time, what they used to do, what they used to have, but I don't hear them talking about what their plans are moving forward. Now, this is before you get in the bedroom. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, but because once you go there, as a man speaking, of course, the man, if there's any brothers out there listening, of course, now you be honest with yourself. Most of the time, that's the first thing we're trying to run to.
Right.
We want to get intimate quick. But we also, too, and this don't just work with women, so we also have to do this, too. When you dive in like that, now, y'all may say that old man don't know what he's talking about. Once you go into the intimacy part, your focus is off now. So you're not even as a man.
Check boxes.
No, you're not checking boxes.
You trying to pack some
either.
boxes and move in.
Come on,
That's
tell the
just
truth.
being real.
So the thing about it is this: before we, get intimate, let's look at what that's going to develop into, because in the church world they talk about soul ties. Once you become intimate with someone, there is almost an uncontrollable desire to be with that person. So once you get to that point, you're not even really looking at the fact that this person don't have a vision for their life. This person don't really budget. This person don't have a goal for advancement in their career, because all you're thinking about is that night, last night or last week or whatever. So your focus and direction gets tainted. It gets a little bit distorted when you go into it first off from an intimate standpoint. So we have to pump the brakes. We have to say, okay, and here's another thing. if all you want is the sex or the romance, it may be honest with yourself and the other person and say, okay, like, I'm really not into this for long term. Okay, like, I like the way you look, like the way you smell, and I just, if you good with this, like, I just want us to have fun. Because truth of the matter is, if you're upfront with that before, you never know. He or she may be the type of person that's all they're looking for too. But an individual
but sometimes you can be upfront and it still don't work. You can go into it like, man, we just casual, we just cool. But after a couple dates and I'm bae and you FaceTiming and calling and being so consistent with me, oh, we together. Like, no, for real.
I hear what you're saying.
And I hear what they were saying, but I feel like we together. But no, I'm just being real. I'm just
and I want you to be real.
I'm speaking for those that think that way.
Well, again, you have to know what you want from the beginning. What do you want? Not, that's not driven by emotion. If you let emotions direct your course, you're gonna crash every time, because emotions are gonna go up and they're gonna go down. You've got to, I'll say it again, pump those brakes, slow it down.
Pump the brakes.
Make sure the vision that you have for your life and the direction that you're trying to go in is in conjunction with this person that you're giving your time and your energy and even your body to. Okay? So, again, I just say, like, we live in a fast-paced world. But pain comes when life crashes. When these relationships come to an unexpected or an abrupt end, or somebody's not faithful, or whatever it may be, then we're saying, I wish I would have I should have followed my first sign that I saw when he did this, she did that, whatever.
That's
Your eyes are not always lying to you. What you see and what they're saying, when it don't line up, either ask the person to, hey, wait a minute, what did you really mean by that? And if an individual is not really to give dialogue or give explanation for something, that's a red flag right there. If we can't talk about it, if you love me per se, give me the time of day to discuss things with me. Talk to me. I'm telling you, I learned it. It took me a while to learn too, but as a man, we do have to listen. These women, the female, she wants conversation. She wants to understand why. Heard. She wants focus and vision on where we going. And, hey, brother, if we don't have it, we need to get you a book, or get you a counter, get you somebody to be accountable to. I'm saying all this, and I don't want nobody watching this to say, man, he must think he got it all together. No, some of what I'm telling you is because I made those mistakes. Just, some of the stuff that I'm telling you, and actually everything that I'm telling you is not based on just what I've read, but it's based on what I've lived. It's based on what I've experienced. And sometimes it's not the fact that the people talking to you and giving advice are perfect people. But they're imperfect people that are learning from their mistakes and saying, you know what, I really wouldn't want somebody else to go through what I went through.
Right.
So, pump them brakes.
Slow it down. Remember that.
Get a vision. Make sure you line up with the partner that you're with. Okay? And then all the other things. Let me tell you something. Life can be beautiful and relationships can be great. And we're always talking about the bad things that have happened in these relationships. But the thing about it, if we work it the right way, and if we get the help that we need, and if we're honest with ourselves and honest with the person that we're bringing into our space, it can be good. It can be good.
That's a good way.
All right. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Yes, pump the brakes.
Pump them brakes.
I gotta
What is
remember
some of
that.
that for?
I gotta remember that there's a brake button down there. 2 pump.
Slow
So
down, slow down, slow down. Look, if the person is for you, they're gonna be there. They'll be around. You don't have to move so fast, okay?
That's true too.
Don't have to move so fast. If they're for you,
Mm-hmm.
they'll be there.
All right. Well, hey, you said a lot. I learned a
You
lot.
said a lot.
I hope you guys out there learned a lot.
Yes, please. Let's learn together. We're forever learning. We're forever growing. And look, hey, I'm getting up in age now, and I'm learning every day. I learn from this young lady.
Well, I learned so much
And,
from you
you know,
and still learning.
We're just trying to help one another and help you guys.
That's all. Well, thank you for coming
Such a
on
blessing,
my little
such a blessing.
podcast, Dante Impressions.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and leave some comments. I want to know what you think, how you feel, pumping on brakes, taking it slow. Like, I would like to hear from you if you want to hear us talking about more, you know,
Yes.
things that you may be going through, situations. Feel free to leave it in a comment. And again, I hope everyone have a good night, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.
Bye-bye.